Welcome back to the Marianne Hickman Show. We are talking talk tip number 33 today. How on earth do I know what to talk on when I get on stage? Check it out. A lot of people, a surprising number of people literally have asked me this question, especially as I've been hosting speaking competitions. I allow people to come on my stage for 2 minutes and they get to just share whatever is on their heart. And then they get to be nominated for first or second or third place. And then we hand out awards. And as we do this, it's meant for people who have expertise in their field, their coaching, and they're leveraging the stage to grow their business. But a lot of people, they don't know how to use the stage yet, and they don't know what they should be speaking on. So if that's you, listen up, because there is a small little diagram that I want you to be aware of. And maybe, Richard, we can put this in this podcast, just a screenshot of this. I want you to know about this principle of Ikigai. Now, obviously, I didn't make this up. This is a principle that has been around long before I was born. But I heard about it on a Netflix documentary called Blue Zones, where they're studying spots around the world. They call these little spots blue zones. And with these blue zones are where people are living to be more than 100 years old. They're the Centurion mini subclimates. I thought about that a lot and about how long do people live? And I believe life expectancy can be lengthened by not only taking care of your body, but by taking care of your soul. Ikigai references that principle. And I want to also lead in with this. I was reading a book back when we were opening our med spa. This was a book by Tony Robbins called Life Force. Now, most of the book talks about how to increase your vitality, how to increase your health, how to increase your lifespan, how to add life to your years and years to your life. But at the very end of the book, Tony Robbins says something in particular that I want to paraphrase for you. He said, I can teach you everything I've learned about how to add longevity to your life, how to be a healthier person, how to cleanse your body, how to detox, how to do all of these physical things. But if your life is not one that you are mentally and emotionally enjoying, then why would you want to prolong it? That's what I want to focus on with you right now, is living a life that you enjoy, doing something that you love, living in a career that you never feel like you have to take a vacation from or retire from. This is this Ikigai principle. Now, I know that you might be working for someone else, or maybe you just started an entrepreneurship, but if you're not enjoying how you're spending your minutes every single day, then something's got to shift. And when you speak on stage, the reason that we go through all of this before you take the stage is when you speak, the most effective presentations are delivered with passion. They are delivered because the speaker cares so deeply about the content that they're delivering that they don't need a script. They don't need their PowerPoints. They don't need all of these tech-assisted tools. And if you're not speaking on something that you believe in and something that you care passionately about, it shows. If you're just standing up there to deliver another report, have the AI do that for you. It's not something you need to waste your time doing. If you're not passionate about what you do, meaning if you didn't get paid for it, you'd still do it, then what are we even doing here? But the thing I love about Ikigai is that it brings together all of these things, not just your passion, but what you can get paid for and what you can make a living doing. So I'm going to give you these 4 questions that are in this diagram. And maybe while you're watching this video, you can pause if you're not driving your car and you can write these down. If you are driving, just re-listen to this little episode right when you get home and you have someplace to write, because it deserves 15 minutes of your time. This could be a game-changing conversation for all of you. And when you get on stage, it is not only the content that you deliver, but the reason you took the stage in the first place. So here's the 4 questions. For question number 1, what do I love? And the question isn't even what do I love to do? It's what do I love? What do I love about my life? What do I love spending my time doing? What do I love that I'm invested in with my whole heart? Is what do I love? And I hope you're on that list, by the way. In fact, if I were you, I'd write down a list of 10 things that you love and make sure you're on there. The next question is this: what am I good at? You could love something but not be very good at it. I love flying planes, but there are plenty of people that are way better at flying planes than me. So I'm not very good at it, although I could do it in a pinch. But what am I good at? And a few clues for this are, what do people ask me about all the time? What do they ask me for advice on? What do I find that comes really naturally? What comes to mind the easiest when I think what comes naturally to me? So what do I love? and what am I good at? Now we're going to transition from the internal to the external. What does the world need? What does the world need that I also love? And what does the world need that I'm good at? Now, I'm going to give you a really stupid, crazy example at the end of this video that is going to shock you. I just found it last night. Here's the last question that you want to answer. What can I be paid for? So there's these 4 questions. What do I love? What am I good at? What does the world need? And what can I be paid for? I'm going to give you the stupidest example. And there's hundreds of stupid examples out there, but this is one that really just, I was like, oh my gosh, some people are in the wrong industry. Last night I'm scrolling Instagram and I come across this reel. And this guy is literally taking potatoes, taking a Sharpie marker, writing a message on the potato, putting the potato in an envelope, slapping a stamp on it, addressing it, and sending it out. And this guy is making $10,000 a month, presumably by his account, doing messages on potatoes through the mail. So if you want to, you can call this guy, pay him his fee for, what is it, $50 or whatever it is, have a stupid message or a smart aleck message, I don't know, written on a potato and have it mailed to someone random, anonymously. And he's making $10,000 a month writing messages on potatoes. Are you kidding me? But guess what? He loves it. He thinks it's hilarious. He's really good at writing messages with Sharpies on potatoes. And apparently there's a demand for it. There's a demand. There's a place in the world where enough people want to get pranked or deliver the prank with the potato that there's a need for it in the world, and he charges for it. So he can be paid for this. So for you and I to think, listen, if there's some guy that's making $10,000 a month sending potatoes out to people, then I got to tell you, your passion can make money. If that passion, as stupid as it is, can make $10,000 a month or more, then your passion can too. It doesn't matter what it is. And if your passion is doing good and bringing life to the planet, then I want to get behind it. So here's what I want you to do. Answer those 4 questions. I want you to take time. And in fact, I want you to message me on Instagram. Just go to my Instagram handle, Marianne Hickman. I want you to message me. And if you don't have Instagram, just text me, 801-509-5495. And if you think you've figured out what your Ikigai is, then I want to know, because it's my mission to take my next 100 people and make them into millionaires. I want to put my people on 1 million stages and help you make $1 billion doing it. So come into my world if you want to be a part of it. Thank you for being on this Talk Tips episode, and we'll see you next time.
Marianne Hickman here again. Listen, I hope super helpful for you. Maybe you'll learn something new. Share with me in the comments what was valuable. Or if you have this whole separate question like, hey, I wanted to know about this. I wanted to know about stage fright. I want to know how about my presentation on stage. I want to know about how to dress on stage. Anything that you want to know that's relevant to growing your business through stages, put in the questions. Because guess what? I go through and answer all of those personally. That's not an agency or a VA. That's me going through and looking at your questions, because you are who I am here for. So last thing is, I want you to get this database. If you haven't gotten it already, now I've got thousands of downloads on this thing, so maybe you've got it, but if not, make sure you go to mariannehickman.com/database. What that's going to do is take you to a page. You're going to input all of your information. We're going to send the database to you. You're going to request access to it. I keep it locked down so I can make sure I get it to just the right people, and you're going to request access. And then once you have that, you're going to go through and apply to podcasts that have the topic that you'd be an expert speaking on. Here's the thing. I get this database updated twice a week. So there's always new stuff in there. And if you're a podcaster, there's even a list of guests that you can have on your show on that podcast. Maybe you end up doing a podcast swap and you grow your audience that way. Regardless, I want you to get it. So mariannehickman.com/database, and we'll see you in the next Talk Tips.